1270 is the radio home to the California League affiliate of the defending American League Western Division champion Angels. This is Quakes Baseball.
Hello, everybody. This is Jason Anaforian with you tonight from Lancaster as it's time for Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball. Tonight on the radio for your listening enjoyment as the Quakes, the California League affiliate of the Angels, takes on the Lancaster JetHawks, California League affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Quakes have won the first two meetings with Lancaster this season, one at the Epicenter, and then a ball game last night, 11-4 over the JetHawks, as the Quakes were anchored by a good starting performance by James Holcomb, the right-hander, and shortstop Brandon Wood connected for a 3-run double and a 2-run home run, a 5 RBI night, and he did it against the Lancaster bullpen in last night's contest. We're getting set for baseball tonight. We have Rich Thompson on the mound for the Quakes. And when we come back, we're going to step away right now for the national anthem. On the mound for the JetHawks is right-hander John Castellanos. We'll take a break. We'll come right back with the starting lineups for you right after this.
You know, the goal of baseball is to get home quickly. The last thing you want to see is some player lollygagging around third when there's going to be a close play at the plate. Well, Farmer John feels the same way about ham, bacon, sausage, and hot dogs. You know, all Farmer John products are made fresh right here in the Southland. That way, they get to your home as quickly as possible, and it's a short slide into the plate. That's your plate at home. No home plate. Get fresh. Get Farmer John. Hello, Best Western.
Hi, I'd like to book a room.
Sure, for how long?
5 months, so 161 days.
161 days?
Yep, don't want to miss out on any bobbleheads.
Wow, I guess so.
Actually, they're not for me, though. They're for my, son.
I'm sure they are.
Stay at any Best Western in California, Nevada, and Hawaii between April 7th and September 15th and ask for the baseball rate. You'll get up to 25% off your stay and get a free limited edition bobblehead. Different Major League star in their minor league uniform with each stay. Log on to TravelBestWestern.com for additional terms or call 1-800-WESTERN. Guest list register in advance and quantities are limited.
Tonight's game is being brought to you by SoCal Sportswear in Downey. SoCal Sportswear is the official provider for the ABA's Ontario Warriors, for the LA Sparks, and for Long Beach State as well. Your high school or college will enjoy all-star workmanship at all-star prices. Call 562-923-0909. That's 562-923-0909. SoCal Sportswear in Downey will put your name or logo on any type of hat, visor, tank, T-shirt, short, jacket, you name it. SoCal Sportswear in Downey. When you want it done right the first time, 562-923-0909.
National anthem just getting wrapped up here tonight in Lancaster, and we're getting set for baseball in just a little bit as the JetHawks have taken the field. Jason Anaforian with you tonight. Our studio coordinator is Denny Brower back in the KWRM Corona studios, and we'd like to say a special hello to all of you listening online tonight at rcquakes.com, courtesy of our webcast provider, live365.com. The Quakes will send to the mound right-hander Rich Thompson, and tonight he'll be opposed by right-hander John Castellanos. Castellanos is 2-0 on the year with a 1.89 ERA, and he's making his fourth start of the season. The Quakes are beginning their fourth time through their rotation with Thompson, the opening night starter, going tonight. Let's run down tonight's starting lineups. First for the Quakes, as announced by manager Ty Boykin. Howie Kendrick will lead off at second base. Brandon Wood is the shortstop, hitting second. Baltazar Lopez is at first base. The Quakes making a couple of roster moves before the ball game tonight. Baltazar Lopez at first base, joining the club from extended spring. He'll hit third. Bobby Wilson will catch and hit cleanup. Matt Colley, the DH, will bat fifth. Matt Brown is at third base. He'll bat sixth. Blake Balcom, the right fielder, hits seventh. Jason Sugden in center field will hit eighth. And batting ninth, the left fielder is B.J. Weed. Kendrick, Wood, Lopez, Wilson, Colley, Brown, Balcom, Sugden, and Weed. That's the lineup for the Quakes, California League affiliates of the Angels. And we'll get to the JetHawks lineup in the bottom of the inning. John Castellanos, though, beginning to toe the rubber for the Lancaster JetHawks. And we're all set for baseball tonight on this Saturday evening. A 5:05 start scheduled here in Lancaster as Howie Kendrick steps into the box. And Kendrick, the leadoff man, has been swinging the bat well since he's been in that spot. Here is Castellanos. The right-hander deals, and the first pitch is a strike. We are underway at 5:07 tonight from Clear Channel Stadium in Lancaster. 0-1, the next pitch on the way. Kendrick swings, and the right-hander off the end of the bat dumps it out towards right field. Cook coming in, and he's going to have to play it on a hop. Howie Kendrick is aboard with a leadoff single here in the top half of the first. Kendrick with 4 home runs, 14 RBIs prior to the ball game tonight, and he came in hitting .408. Here is Brandon Wood. Brandon Wood with his 6th home run of the season last night. At the time, we thought he had tied the league lead in home runs, but both Wood and how about the month that Vladimir Valentin of Inland Empire is having? 7 home runs himself. He leads the league. Here's Wood. The right-hander takes down low in the count 1-0. Brandon Wood with 5 RBIs in the ball game last night, hitting .295, 6 home runs, 13 RBIs on the season. And Kendrick is away from first base, 1-0 the count. Castellanos, as from the stretch he turns and he throws over to first base, and Kendrick is back. The lights are on here at Clear Channel Stadium. There are some overcast skies above, and we were told that there were supposed to be thunderstorms here in Lancaster today at about 3 o'clock. 1-0. Here's the pitch to Wood. It is outside, and the count 2 balls, no strikes. But so far, those reports have not come to fruition, and that is, of course, great satisfaction to both ball clubs. I just don't think early on in the season you want to see games get rained out. Turn and a throwback over to first, and Kendrick is back. That usually means there's a doubleheader the next day or a doubleheader somewhere along the way in the schedule, and with already an hour and 40-minute commute for both clubs in this series to one park or the other, the next pitch is down low, and the count 3 balls, no strikes. Once you get here, you want to play baseball. 3-0 the count to Brandon Wood. Castellanos on the mound, a right-hander, holds the glove tucked up near the JetHawk lettering on the cream-colored home top for Lancaster. The 3-0 pitch is in there for a strike to Brandon Wood, and the count is now 3-1. Cal League affiliates tonight are the Angels and the Diamondbacks. Saw that the parent club, the Angels, and the former Quake, Francisco Rodriguez, he blew a save last night in the 9th against Oakland. A turn and a throwback over to first, and Kendrick is back. Scott Hatterberg with a 2-out, 2-run single in the top half of the 9th inning. And it was Dotel closing the door on the Angels. They lost their ball game last night to Oakland. Next pitch to Wood, in there for a strike, and the count is even at 2-2. The Quakes have won both of their meetings with Lancaster, including last night's ball game, 11-4. The Quakes are 8 wins and 7 losses on the season. They're 2 back of first place Lake Elsinore in the Southern Division standings. A bluff at first by Kendrick, a swing and a miss, a snap throw down to first base. Garthwaite applies the tag, but Kendrick is back safely. Wood strikes out swinging for the first out. And here is Baltazar Lopez. The roster moves the Quakes made before the ball game included Devin Day. He is technically listed on the Arkansas roster as of right now. And Day is on the Arkansas roster, and Brooks Schenkel was sent to extended spring following the ball game last night. Here is the pitch to Lopez, and the first pitch swinging. He bounces that one into right field, a base hit. Around second is Kendrick. He's heading over to third, and he'll make it with a slide as the throw is cut off. And Baltazar Lopez wastes no time getting a single to right field on the very first pitch of his Quakes career. The Quakes, in return for Day going to Double-A, he is not going to be on the Quakes roster at least for 2 days. And Brooks Schenkel going to extended spring. The Quakes acquired Baltazar Lopez. He was promoted from extended spring to join the club here in Rancho Cucamonga. And Ryan Leahy also joins the Quakes. Here is the first pitch now to Bobby Wilson, the catcher. He takes low and away on a curveball, and the count is 1-0. So Lopez is at first tonight. Matt Pauley is in the lineup. He is the DH. Lopez away from first and Kendrick away from third. 1-0 the count, and Castellanos will throw back over. Lopez wearing number 32, the new addition. He does not have his name on the back of his jersey. It's always a good way to spot the newcomer a lot of times to ball clubs that have names on the backs of their jersey. Here's the 1-0 on the way. Breaking ball, and Wilson swings and pops this one up. Shallow right center. Cook, the right fielder, going over in the gap. He's there to make the catch. Kendrick is going to bluff a tag at third. The throw's going to come through to the plate on a hop. Everybody holds. 2 men out for Matt Pauley. Lopez, who is at first base right now with his single, played in Cedar Rapids last year. This is his 4th professional season. And the Angels signed him as a free agent prior to the 2003 campaign. But he spent all of last season in Cedar Rapids, where he hit .314 over 236 at-bats. Here is Matt Pauley, designated hitter tonight with a home run, 10 RBIs. He had the 3-run home run last night. The pitch is up high, and the count 1-0. Castellanos, as we told you, making his 4th start of the season. He's 2 wins, no losses, a 1.89 ERA. The wind is blowing out to right here at Lancaster tonight. 1-0 the count. The pitch on the way, and Pauley swings and fouls it off at the plate, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. There is sun off into the west, and it's one of the first times we've seen some sun off and on. There is a very bad glare right now because you have so much cloud cover right now in the sky and some sun out. There is a glare at this hour of the evening. And these 2 ball clubs will be playing under daylight. Assuming the clouds do not take over, they'll be playing under these evening sunshine skies for a good couple of hours. The 1-1 on the way. Breaking ball swung on and chopped foul from the left-hander Pauley, and he fouls this one back up on top of the first base dugout. The Quakes decked out in their in their road grays and the sleeveless vest with black sleeves underneath. The JetHawks, the cream-colored white tops, cream-colored tops and pants, and sleeveless vest as well with black long sleeves underneath. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Pauley. The next pitch swung on, and a fister popped up behind the plate. Here comes Montero, the catcher. He slides, and it hits off of the top of the padding of the backstop and bounces back towards home plate, and Montero unable to come up with the ball. Montero is behind the plate doing the catching of Castellanos, who is on the mound pitching. Garthwaite is at first base. He holds on Lopez. At second base is Schindewolf. The shortstop, Danny Richar, and over at third base is Edgar Varela. Frazier is straight away and somewhat shallow in left. Kaplan, the center field, straight away and deep, and Cook straight away and deep in right. 1-2 the count to Matt Pauley. The pitch on the way, and a breaking ball misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the breeze somewhat slowing down, but last night it kicked up pretty good to right field the whole night. 2-2 the count to Pauley. They're setting up away. Here's the pitch. Pauley swings and he fights it off, and he fouls it off of the facing of one of the suites off to our left, and the count is 2-2. Game 3 and the final game of this series will be tomorrow at 2 o'clock. We'll be on the air with the tape delay broadcast at 4. 2-2 on the way is low and inside. It is blocked by Montero. And the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. That ball landed in the left-handed hitting batter's box. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. Montero signaling to his infield, watch out, Lopez will be taking off. Lopez at first, Kendrick at third. We are just underway here in the top of the first, and there is no score to this point. Castellanos, a peek back over his left shoulder at first. Now he pauses at the letters. The 3-2 on the way. Polly swings, hits that one out towards right center. That's a base hit. Kendrick scores from third. Lopez keeps his stride. He'll make it into third standing. And Matt Polly, with his second consecutive day in which he has delivered an RBI hit in the first, and this one tonight gives the Quakes a 1-0 lead. For Matt Polly, his 11th RBI of the season. The batter is Matt Brown. Matt Brown said after the ballgame last night that he was feeling much more comfortable at the plate with his timing of the pitcher. Here is the first pitch to Brown, and it is outside, 1-0. Matt Brown had a sore wrist that he was icing after the ballgame on Wednesday night, and he made the comment that over the last week he just was not feeling that solid at the plate. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 men out. Runners from first and third. Here's the pitch. Curveball swung on, lifted towards center. Kaplan coming in. He's there. He'll make the catch. The inning is over. The Quakes score 1 time on 3 hits. No errors. 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. Schindewolf, Cook, and Garthwaite to bat. It's the Quakes 1 and the JetHawks coming up.
One of the most desired qualities on any team is speed. The same is true in the business world. If you're faced with a near impossible printing deadline, call R2 Graphics. From business stationery and brochures to digital color, you're sure to appreciate their quality, competitive prices, and fast turnaround. When every second counts, count on R2 Graphics. See them online at r2graphics.com. That's letter R, number 2, graphics.com. They're located in the Aero Business Park at 9047 Aero Route in Rancho, Cucamonga.
This year, more than 400,000 new cases of heart failure will be diagnosed in the United States. I'm Dr. Barry Greenberg, a heart failure cardiologist representing the Heart Failure Society of America. With early detection and proper treatment, people with heart failure can live more normal and active lives. Learn the signs and risk factors of heart failure by talking with your doctor. For more information, visit abouthf.org. A message from the Heart Failure Society of America.
For fans that can't make it to all 70 games, the Quakes mini plans are perfect for you. Starting as low as $600 per seat, these plans feature the most exciting games of the 2005 season. Fans who purchase a mini plan are guaranteed 2 giveaways, discounted pricing, free email newsletter, priority for July 3rd and playoff tickets, and the same seats for each game, plus the ability to exchange unused tickets for future games. To order your Quakes mini plan today, call the Quakes ticket office at 909-481-5252. Get your Quakes mini-season plan today.
All right, fans, let's start this off right. Let's run down tonight's Lancaster JetHawks starting lineup. Gary Plummer has tonight for the Diamondbacks affiliate, Eric Schindewolf leading off at second base. Jeff Cook, the right fielder, batting second. Jay Garthwaite at first base. He'll hit third. Chris Carter, the DH, hits cleanup. Alex Frazier in left field will bat fifth. Miguel Montero catches and bats sixth. Edgar Varela, the third baseman, hits seventh. Here is Rich Thompson ready to go on the mound. He deals the first pitch to Eric Schindewolf, and it's a breaking ball outside, 1-0. Thompson comes back, and the 1-0 on the way is in there for a strike. Another breaking ball. Count is even at 1-1. Danny Richar, the shortstop, will hit eighth, and John Kaplan in center field batting ninth. The 1-1 on the way, swung on and popped up to left center field. Sugden, the center fielder, over in the left center gap. He reaches up and makes the catch for the out. And when you say popped up here at Lancaster, that means a medium to deep lifted fly ball. This is a launching pad. And the breeze now has shifted. It is blowing out more towards straightaway center field than it is towards right. That is going to make that part of the park livelier. Here is Jeff Cook, the left-handed hitter. He takes down low in the count 1-0. Schindewolf, Cook, Garthwaite, Carter, Frazier, Montero, Varela, Richar, and Kaplan. Thompson comes back. The 1-0 pitch swung on, knocked back to the mound. Thompson knocks it down with his glove, picks it up bare hand in front of the mound, and throws over to first to retire Cook for the second out. 2 men out. Here is Jay Garthwaite. Rich Thompson has thrown well so far through his first 3 starts of the 2005 season. He was the Quakes opening night starter. And he has made quick work so far of the first 2 men he has faced. So here's Thompson into the windup, and the pitcher comes home when it's down low when the count is 1-0. For Thompson, he is in 3 games pitched 16 1/3 innings, and he has an ERA at 3.86. Next pitch swung on and hit to the opposite field off the bat of Garthwaite, and he belts it into right for a base hit. 2-out single. Chris Carter will be the batter.
Okay, fans, especially in section 204, here's your double batter.
For Thompson, 16 1/3 innings. He has given up 19 hits, 9 runs, 7 of them earned. He has walked 7, struck out 11, and opponents are hitting .279 against him. Runner from first, and now Thompson goes into the stretch. Here is Chris Carter, the DH. He takes outside, and the count is 1-0. The score, Quakes 1, JetHawks nothing. The Quakes with a run in the top half of the first inning on a Matt Pauley RBI single. Now Thompson is set, he throws, and the 1-0 on the way, swung on and missed, and the count is 1-1. 1-0 Quakes. We're in the last of the first. The last game that Thompson pitched, the Quakes lost. Here is Thompson from the belt. He throws home. The 1-1 is outside, 2-1. He definitely was not the beneficiary of good defense behind him in his last start. The Quakes had made several fielding miscues behind Thompson on that Sunday afternoon where they lost to High Desert. Next pitch, swinging a high pop fly down the left field line. This ball's going to reach about the 3rd row of the seats. Brown at third base gave chase. Ball landed up by the Quakes bullpen. The bullpens are on the field here at Lancaster in the foul territory. The Quakes along the third base side with their dugout. Lancaster along the first base side. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. And Garthwaite is away from first. Held on by Lopez, the first baseman today. The 2-2 on the way, outside, full count. Lopez is at first, Kendrick at second, Wood at short, and Matt Brown at first. B.J. Weech straight away in left field and deep. Sugden straight away and deep in center. And Blake Balcom is back in the field tonight. He's in right, playing in straight away and deep in right field. Runner goes on the 3-2 pitch, swinging a high pop fly foul. This ball will exit the seating area and back up onto the concourse, and the count remains full at 3-2. Chris Carter hitting .234 without any home runs, 8 RBIs. The Quakes scored 4 times in the first inning last night, and they won the ball game 11-4. Runner goes again on the 3-2 pitch, swung on, hit out towards left center field and deep. Sugden on the run at the track, reaches up in front of the wall, and he makes the catch. The side is retired. So Sugden takes extra bases away from Carter, and the first inning is in the books. 1 hit, 1 left. We head to the second. 1-0 Quakes.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fish and tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk in, yellow book, not the other book.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Not the other book.
It's your first game. You got your glove?
Yeah.
Good boy. All right, bright blue sky, beautiful green grass. You know, there's nothing better than baseball in the summer.
I guess.
Hey, where's that peanut guy?
Dad, we're in the living room.
Hooked on a clear
your picture? Get hooked on Charter HD TV with a picture 5 times sharper than regular TV plus theater quality sound. You'll watch television like never before. Get local channels in high definition with no equipment to buy. Go where satellite can't. Call 1-888-GET-CHARTER and get hooked. Service not available in all areas. Prices may vary.
1-0 Quakes heading to the top half of the second inning. Jason Anafoyan with you tonight from Clear Channel Stadium in Lancaster. The Quakes will be here tomorrow for the series finale, the Sunday afternoon contest. We'll have that ball game for you tape delayed and aired in its entirety starting at 4 o'clock tomorrow right here on 1370 and along the internet at rcquakes.com. And then the Quakes will be in Lake Elsinore Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Here's the first pitch to Blake Balcom, and it's poured in for a strike, and the count is 0-1. 1-0 Quakes, top of the second inning, as John Castellanos winds and deals. The next pitch is swung on and rolled foul back to the screen, and the count is now 0-2 to Blake Balcom. The Quakes coming into the ball game 2 games back of a very good Lake Elsinore team right now. The Lake Elsinore Storm are playing good baseball, and they defeated High Desert last night. Next pitch is outside, and the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. In fact, they defeated High Desert last night at home, and High Desert is 3 back. The Quakes are 2 back. Here's the windup by Castellanos. The next pitch misses inside. Count is 2-2. Castellanos has pitched 3 games so far, and his first 2 he received the win in. 1 against High Desert and 1 at home against San Jose. 2-2 on the way. Breaking ball swung on and fouled past the first base bag and down the line. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Castellanos, prior to the ball game tonight, was holding opponents to a .236 average. He has walked 4, and he has now struck out 18 in 20 innings pitched so far this year. The run that he gave up in the first was the first time he's given up a run in the first inning this season. The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, swung on and missed by Balcom, and he is out on strikes. 1 man out. Here is Jason Sugden. In his last start against the 66ers in San Bernardino on April 18th, Castellanos gave up 7 innings pitched. He gave up 8 hits, 2 runs, only 1 earned. He walked 1 and struck out 3. Here's the windup and the pitch to Sugden. Switch hitter batting left-handed. He takes outside, and the count 1-0. This is just his second start tonight in Lancaster. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. And a fastball hits the inside corner for a strike to Sugden. The count is even at 1-1. Castellanos, the right-hander, works from the first base side of the rubber, holds the glove up as he peers in for the sign. Now he drops it to the belt as he kicks and throws home. The pitch is swung on and pulled to a diving stop at first by Garthway. He tumbles, gets up, and will beat Sugden to the bag for the out. Sugden hit it hard, and Jay Garthway turned in a terrific defensive play. Sugden is out number 2. Here is B.J. Weed. There's nothing you can do there when you're Sugden, and you pull the ball right down the line, and the first baseman makes a nice play. B.J. Weed batting 178 with an RBI so far. Weed is 8 for his first 45. The pitch to Weed is outside, and the count 1-0. B.J. Weed has walked 5 times. He has struck out 12 times at the plate. Looking to get on here with 2 outs in the second. They 1-0. Swinging a big bouncer on 2 hops. It is charged by Schindewolf at second. He'll charge it, and he'll flip underhand from the glove over to first to get Weed, and the inning is over. Weed is retired 4-3. The Quakes go 1-2-3 in the second. 1.5 in the books. 1-0 Quakes.
Hey, baseball fans. Remember when they played for the love of the game? When you could see future stars of tomorrow at an affordable price. In addition to exciting Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball, KWRM invites you to join us and catch one of the top teams in the land, the Long Beach State 49ers. You can follow the Dirtbags, a perennial national power, as they play their way to Omaha and the College World Series, exclusively on KWRM 1370.
When you apply a pesticide, it can wash off your lawn or garden when you water, wasting money and polluting local waterways. That's because runoff from lawns, gardens, streets, and sidewalks in San Bernardino County drains directly into the Santa Ana River without treatment. And if you are accidentally washing pesticides off your lawn and garden, they will be carried into the river. Here are a few choices you can make to save money and protect our local environment. Follow the directions on the product. Extra pesticide just gets washed off your lawn or garden. Use pesticides sparingly. Spot apply to selected areas rather than blanket apply to the entire lawn or garden. Avoid applying pesticides before a rainstorm. When watering your lawn and garden, make sure water does not run into the street and carry pesticide chemicals with it. Use non-toxic products for your garden and lawn whenever possible. If you must use pesticides, make sure they are in sealed, waterproof containers that cannot leak. When it is time to dispose of leftover chemicals, call 1-800-253-2687 for the household hazardous waste collection site near you. For more pollution prevention tips, please call the City of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-477-2740, extension 4060.
It's 1-0 Quakes. Moving along to the bottom of the second inning tonight in Lancaster. What will turn out to be a cool evening. Here is Alex Frazier, followed by Miguel Montero, and then Edgar Varela. Rich Thompson gave up a hit in the first, did not allow any runs. He is back out on the mound, making his fourth start of the season. Thompson winds and throws home. The first pitch on the way is swung on, hit up the alleyway into left center field. That's a base hit. Around first is Frazier. He'll stop there. He'll have himself a leadoff single. Frazier batting 193 prior to the ball game tonight. Miguel Montero coming up. Miguel Montero hitting .317, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs. Lancaster as a ball club is not hitting the ball all that badly. They don't have the power that they had last year. Runner goes, and the first pitch is swung on, popped up. Left field, B.J. Weed coming in. He'll make the catch. And back to first base is Montero. With that breeze blowing out to center field, Montero somewhat hit that ball into the cross breeze. And it's always going to push the ball away from the outfielder as well. Weed came in, charged it, and made the catch. Edgar Varela coming up. The JetHawks are 4.5 back of Lake Elsinore in the Cal League South. They're hitting .273 as a team. Here's the pitch to Varela. It is down low, 1-0. The Quakes as a team batting .299, second in the league to Lake Elsinore. But it's been the Lancaster pitching so far, which has just been beat around the block. 1-0 the count to Varela. Runner from first, and a turn and a throwback over there, and Frazier is back with a head first slide. A team ERA of 5.35 ranks him seventh. Ranks him ninth out of 10 Cal League teams. 1-0 the count to Varela. Thompson is set. Thompson with a long pause. Now time is finally called. The plate umpire is Chris Schultz. At first base is Russell Barrett. His crew, the Quakes had him all ready for 6, 7. This is the 8th game now. 8th game that this umpiring crew has called for the Quakes. Game number 16 tonight. Here's the next pitch to Varela, taken for a strike, 1-1. So they have called half of the Quakes games. Game number 8 of 16 so far on the season. That's a lot for one crew. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Away from first is Frazier. Now Thompson from the belt throws home. The 1-1 on the way is down low. 2 balls and a strike. Two and 1 the count. Thompson is set. He throws. The runner goes. Hit and run. Swinging a bouncer to the left side. Backhanded deep in the hole. At short by Wood. He gets rid of the throw in time to first base to get Varela. 2 men out. Well, Varela put the ball in play on the hit and run. He just didn't get the ball through the infield. Here is Danny Richar. The Quakes as a team, as we told you, they're second in the league in hitting, batting .299. Their team ERA is 4th in the league. And first in the Cal League Southern Division, but they are 4th in the league with a team ERA of 4.48. 2 men out, away from second base in scoring position is Alex Frazier. Richar, left-handed hitter, batting .265. Thompson throws home the pitch. Richar swings and lifts a fly ball down the left field line. This ball's going to tail into the seats. Giving chase was B.J. Weed, but it is out of play. Richar with no home runs, 2 RBIs so far on the season. 1-0 Quakes. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Now Richar back in the box. Thompson is ready. He gets the sign he wants. He throws home. Inside. The ball is blocked nicely by Wilson. He keeps it in front of him, and the runner holds at second base. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. One ball, 1 strike, 2 men out. Now Thompson steps off the mound to look back at first base. Or look back at second base. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thompson is set. And now he throws. The pitch on the way is swung on and lifted high to right center field and deep. Balcom going back at the track, looking up, and it is gone. A 2-run home run for Danny Richar, and the JetHawks take a 2-1 lead.
And with that home run, watch out for the booster throw. He passes the hat for the home run by Danny Richar.
Richar with his first home run of the year. RBIs 3 and 4. There is John Kaplan. Kaplan batting .136. No home runs, 1 RBI. Now Thompson throws home, and the pitch is swung on and fouled back just below us. And that ball rattled around. In fact, it landed just below our booth. No balls and 1 strike. Well, every time at the ballpark, you know when the ball is coming back your way. 0-1 the count. Thompson to the glove. Winds. Here's the 1-1 on the way. That ball is down low. Two balls and 1 strike. Thompson winds, the 2-1 on the way, swinging a fly ball to shallow center. Sugden comes in, he is under it, and he will make the catch. The inning is over. 2 runs on the Richar home run to right center field gives the JetHawks the lead. We head to the third. It is 2-1 Lancaster.
In baseball, there are day games, night games, and even the occasional twilight doubleheader. But you'll never see a first thing in the morning game. That's because mornings are for Farmer John. Whether it's delicious hardwood smoked bacon, savory sausage, or juicy ham steaks, they're all made fresh right here in the Southland. There's even Farmer John quick serve bacon and sausage. It's ready in seconds. So share your afternoons and evenings with the Quakes. But mornings are for you and Farmer John. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
Galliano Winery, located at 1431 Wineville Road in Mariloma, California. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. That's 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Now it's 2-1 JetHawks now as we move to the top of the third inning. Howie Kendrick in the top of the lineup for the Quakes against John Castellanos. Tomorrow, the Quakes will send to the mound right-hander Michael Samard. He'll be opposed by right-handed pitcher Chad Scarberry. Here's the first pitch to Kendrick. Swung on, bounced right back to the mound. Castellanos fields and throws over to first in time to retire Kendrick for the first out. That was a quick comebacker off the bat of Howie Kendrick. Kendrick is now 1 for 2. Brandon Wood struck out swinging in the first. Comes up to the plate with the bases empty. So Samard tomorrow against Scarberry. Here's the pitch to Brandon Wood, in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Here's the windup and the 2-1 on the way. Swung on and missed. And the count is 0-2. A changeup there by Castellanos. He has shown early on that he can mix his speeds. 0-2 the count. Castellanos winds and throws. Next pitch is swung on and foul right back to the screen. No balls, 2 strikes. Castellanos, he's been around the block a little bit with the Diamondbacks. Pitches down low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is his 7th professional season. He pitched in AAA last year in the Mexican League in Monterrey, Mexico. That is AAA ball. And 2 years ago, he pitched with the JetHawks. He was 7-3 in 2003 for Lancaster. And he has been a starter and reliever over time. The 1-2 pitch swung on, bounced to third. Varela fields it to his left and throws over to first to get Wood. And he is out number 2. Here comes Baltazar Lopez. For Castellanos, last season he pitched 33 and 2/3 innings in just 22 ball games. Here's the windup and the pitch on the way. Lopez takes slow and inside, 1-0. Last season, the Monterrey Sultans of the Mexican League is who he pitched for. But if you're wondering, well, how did he end up from Arizona to Monterrey, Mexico? The 1-0 pitch is swung on, rolled to first. Garthwaite fields it, and he'll step on the bag to retire Lopez. Well, the Diamondbacks loaned Castellanos to Monterrey for 1 season. Quakes go in order here in the third. We head to the bottom of the inning. It is 2-1 JetHawks.
You have choices when it comes to buying auto parts. Before you spend a fortune at a major chain store, visit West Coast Auto Wreckers. We're a proud American company featuring American-made auto and truck parts at great prices. We pay top dollar for junk cars and late model wrecks, and abandoned and illegally parked vehicles are removed for free. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Stop by West Coast Auto Wreckers at 4007 State Street in Montclair, or log on to westcoastautoparts.com.
A few years ago, a small bank from Rancho, Cucamonga started sending shockwaves through the banking industry. Vineyard Bank rolled through Southern California with a creative force that is changing the way we bank. We created small ripples at first, with innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively, where it would help businesses and families the most. Then our reputation grew stronger thanks to personal bankers with a can-do attitude committed to building lasting relationships. Vineyard Bank's financial performance was off the scale. A fast-growing bank with a rising stock. New, customer-friendly branches offering easy access to your money, opening throughout the Southland. Online banking on our award-winning website at www.vineyardbank.com. That's Vineyard Bank, proud to be your hometown bank, proud to support our hometown team. For more information, please call 1-800-442-4996. That's 1-800-442-4996.
2-1 JetHawks heading to the bottom of the third inning. Rich Thompson wrapping up his warm-up tosses. Quakes baseball tonight on the radio is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Why waste your time searching through countless travel websites when Southwest.com can take care of all your travel needs? Flights, car rentals, hotels, even cruises. You'll find it all at Southwest.com. Here is Eric Schindewolf on the top of the lineup. in the bottom of the third, and the first pitch from Thompson is down low. The count is 1-0. JetHawks 2, Quakes 1. Here's the next pitch on the way, and a breaking ball outside. 2-0 the count. Shinda will fly to center field in the first. Now Thompson to the glove. He winds and throws. Here's the 2-0 on the way. Swing and a broken bat roller over towards short. It's charged by Wood. He throws from his right foot, off balance to first, in time to get Schindewolf. One man out. Nice play there by Brandon Wood. Here's Jeff Cook. Cook hit a sharp comebacker to Thompson in the first. Thompson, the right-hander, throws home. The pitch is swung on. This one's rolled to Wood at short. He fields the hop. He throws over to first in time to get Cook. 2 men out. That ball stayed on the ground the whole way until the very last moment where it ticked up, and Wood caught the ball about thigh height and threw Cook out. The infield here in Lancaster, the Quakes didn't even take infield today. The infield here is very, very hard. With the wind and the amount of wind that blows through this area, it just dries the infield up. Here is the pitch to Garthwaite, and is low and away, and the count is 1-0. They took infield last night to get used to the infield, but tonight they opted before the ball game to bypass or to forego infield. Next pitch to Garthwaite is in there for a strike, and the count is 1-1. Now, the infield in the warning track and on the dirt, it is almost like a hard clay. The next pitch is down low. 2 balls and 1 strike. The field looks like it's in good condition, and for the most part it is. But you can even tell by looking out there, the infield is very hard. Next pitch is outside, 3-1. There are spots around the bases and especially around home plate that they work very hard here. Count is 3-1 to Garthwaite. Thompson winds and throws home. The pitch swung on, fouled right back to the screen. Count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2-1 JetHawks, bottom of the third. Thompson back up on the rubber. 3-2, but that last ground ball to Wood was, a fact that it was hard. The next pitch, strike 3 called on the inside corner. Thompson froze him with a fastball. And that ends the inning. 1-2-3 go the JetHawks. We head to the fourth. It is 2-1 Lancaster.
Hello, Best Western.
Hi, I'd like to book a room.
Sure, for how long?
5 months, so 161 days.
161 days?
Yep, don't want to miss out on any bobbleheads.
Wow, I guess so.
Actually, they're not for me, though. They're for my, son.
I'm sure they are.
Stay at any Best Western in California, Nevada, and Hawaii between April 7th and September 15th and ask for the baseball rate. You'll get up to 25% off your stay and get a free limited edition bobblehead. Different Major League star in their minor league uniform with each stay. Log on to TravelBestWestern.com for additional terms or call 1-800-WESTERN. Guests must register in advance and quantities are limited.
8-figure contracts? Multi-million-dollar signing bonuses? $1 million incentive clauses? Yes, professional athletes get paid a lot. But hey, you expect them to. After all, they're in the big leagues. Now, Allstate's in the big leagues, but that doesn't mean you have to pay a lot. In fact, you may be surprised to learn that 7 out of 10 drivers who switched their auto insurance to Allstate said they saved money. And you can always expect great service, even if your Allstate agent happens to pull a hamstring playing softball. Big league insurance for less. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands?
Two to one Lancaster as we head to the top of the fourth inning. This Quakes radio broadcast tonight is brought to you by Allstate Insurance. For the best rates, call Diane Combs in Ontario at 986-1257 or call the Hagee Insurance Agency in Rialto at 820-7373. Again, Diane Combs in Ontario at 986-1257 or the Hagee Insurance Agency in Rialto at 820-7373. 7-3. First pitch to Chris Carter, or the first pitch to Bobby Wilson here in the fourth inning, is down low for a ball. Next pitch on the way, Wilson swings and grounds this one to second. Down to one knee goes Schindewolf. From the edge of the grass, he gets up and throws over to first to retire Wilson for the out. One away, here is Matt Pauley. Matt Pauley singled in a run in the first. 2 runs on 3 hits for the JetHawks, 1 run, 3 hits for the Quakes. And the Quakes scored first in this contest. One man out. Here's the pitch to Pauley. Swinging a little roller up along the right side. Fielded by Garthwaite at first on the grass. He'll flip from the grass over to Castellanos, the pitcher, covering the bag for the out on Pauley. 2 men out. That'll bring up Matt Brown. Matt Brown flied out to center field in the first inning. The Quakes stranded 2 runners on base in that inning, but since Pauley's RBI single, 9 consecutive Quakes have been retired by Castellanos. 2 men out, top half of the fourth. As Brown takes a practice swing, gets back in the box. Here's Castellanos, rocks and throws home. First pitch is outside with a changeup. The count is 1-0. Here's the windup, and the 1-0 on the way to Brown. Swung on and hit out towards center field. That's going to get through for a base hit. Schindewolf at second base gave chase, and he was unable to run it down. And Brown with a single, and that snaps the streak of 9 consecutive Quakes being retired. Blake Balcom, the batter, struck out swinging in the second inning. 4th hit of the night for Rancho. 2-1 JetHawks. Top of the 4th. And Castellanos looks back over at first. A high set. Here's the pitch on the way. And it's in there at the knees for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Quakes taking the opener last night 11-4. Another night in which the Quakes, they pounded out 12 hits on the evening. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch on the way, and that misses inside. 1-1. The Quakes have certainly been pounding out a lot of base hits, and they have had many performances this year as a team where they have had 10 or more hits in a ball game. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. A peek back over the shoulder by Castellanos. Now he throws home the 1-1. Balcom swings and rolls it off the end of the bat to short. Richar fields. He'll throw over to Schindewolf, the second baseman, covering for the force out. The inning is over. Brown is retired 6-4.
Okay, fans, it's time for another
1 hit, 1 left on base here in the top of the 4th. 3.5 in the books. 2-1 JetHawks.
Tonight's game is being brought to you by SoCal Sportswear in Downey. SoCal Sportswear is the official provider for the ABA's Ontario Warriors, for the LA Sparks, and for Long Beach State as well. Your high school or college will enjoy all-star workmanship at all-star prices. Call 562-923-0909. That's 562-923-0909. SoCal Sportswear in Downey will put your name or logo on any type of hat, visor, tank, T-shirt, short, jacket, you name it. SoCal Sportswear in Downey. When you want it done right the first time, 562-923-0909.
Pressed for time? Gotta get something good for the family and real quick? Think Chipotle for gourmet meals on the run. Chipotle Mexican Grill is famous for their huge portions. Plus, it's fresh. Fresh gourmet burritos and tacos prepared the way you like it. Nothing processed or frozen. Plus, their recipes are created by a classically trained chef. No, not that type of classical, but it will be music to your mouth when you bite into a Chipotle burrito stuffed with 17 different ingredients and marinated in their famous Chipotle adobo sauce. And for those of you who like to eat healthy, skip the tortilla and have a burrito bowl because they get fresh veggies delivered every day. Add some lettuce and homemade guacamole, and you've got a salad fiesta. Chipotle has a brand new location in Norco, or for one nearest you, visit their website at chipotle.com. Chipotle, where their burritos let you cover all 4 food groups in one single bite, and fast food that is not only healthy and fresh, but you can eat it with your hands. Chipotle, now open in Norco, on Hamner between 1st and 2nd Street, or find a location nearest you at chipotle.com. That's Chipotle, IPOTLE.com.
2-1 Lancaster, bottom of the fourth. Rich Thompson to the plate. In the first pitch to Chris Carter, the left-handed designated hitter is swung on and missed. The count is 0-1. Carter flied to center field in the first. Now Thompson comes back. Here's the 0-1. Carter swings and he pops it up. On the infield to the left side. Brown at third calling for it, and he makes the catch on the dirt for the out, 1 out. The shadows from the press box here just reaching their way out onto the grass in foul territory behind home plate. But where Brown fielded that ball, he is in the sunshine right now. Again, it's not a bright, clear sunshine, but rather somewhat of a tough glare this hour of the night given the current weather conditions. A windy night, and that may be good news for us too. Here it is, the first pitch to Alex Frazier. He shows bunt and pulls back and takes the ball 1-0. The thunderstorms that were predicted for this area, forecasted for this area today at around 3 o'clock, maybe those are just going to blow on through. 1-0 the count. Here's the next pitch to Frazier. It is down low. 2 balls, no strikes. I think the Quakes will welcome a 5 o'clock game tonight, especially with a day game tomorrow. A 2-0 on the way. Swinging a high pop fly in foul territory. This ball's going to reach the seats behind the Quakes on deck circle. Along the third base side, it takes a huge bounce up into the seats. And a fan makes the catch on the grab. Lots of families out here bundled up tonight in jackets, and you see folks decked out in hoods. This is a decent crowd tonight, much bigger than the one we had last night at the ballpark. 2-1 the count to Frazier. 1 man out in the inning. 2-1 Lancaster, bottom of the fourth. Now Thompson winds. Here's the 2-1 on the way, and that ball misses outside. Thompson tried to go with a fastball away. The count is 3-1. Frazier singled and scored in the second inning. Scored on the home run by Richar. Next pitch swung on, lifted to right field. Balcom, the right fielder, under it. On the front edge of the warning track, he'll reach up and make the catch. 2 men out. Balcom is sporting the white cleats. Looks like there's some black on the toes, but I was noticing that last night. Balcom seems to be the one guy in the outfield that is sporting, or the one guy in the field in general that has a great deal of white on his cleats. 2 men out. Here's Miguel Montero. And the pitch on the way is down low, and the count is 1-0. Montero flied to left field in the second. Rich Thompson winds. Here's the 1-0 on the way. Swung on a little roller foul back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thompson is set. He winds. Here's the 1-1 on the way. Swinging a fly ball to left. B.J. Weed is coming in, and he's there to make the catch. The inning is over. That ball straight away to left field for Weed. And 3 pop-ups or flyouts by Thompson here in the fourth, and the JetHawks are out in order. We head to the fifth. It is 2-1 Lancaster.
The Charter Media Friday Family Fun Pack is back. Get 4 club seats, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, Quakes baseball, 2 Boomers miniature golf passes, 4 GameWorks passes, and 2 Cold Stone Creamery ice creams with the purchase of 2 ice creams, all for just $38. The Charter Media Family Fun Pack is available for April 15th, May 20th, June 10th, July 15th, and August 26th games at the Epicenter. To purchase your Friday Family Fun Pack, call the Quakes ticket office at 909-481-5252.
And you are listening to AM 1370 Sports on KWRM in Corona.
Great moments in Laughlin history. Jeff from Barstow tries out his new camera phone.
Hey, Jeff sending pictures from Laughlin.
Looks like you rented a jet ski.
Cool. Now he's floating by a pontoon boat.
Are there girls on there?
Yeah, those are girls.
Are they hot?
Yeah, and they're really tan. I think he's in a casino now.
Are the girls with him?
They're blowing on his dice. Nice, he won.
Good. He owes me money.
They're in a nightclub now.
Whoa.
Knee-deep in females.
That never happens when we're with them.
Hello?
Hey, man, you got shoes from down here.
Hey, baby.
Jeff says hello.
Uh-huh.
I hate Jeff.
Laughlin, Nevada. Founded on fun.
I don't want to know what that is.
For information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
We move to the top of the fifth inning tonight in Lancaster with the score, the JetHawks 2 and the Quakes 1. Actually, tonight, more like this evening. Here is Jason Sugden. Sugden grounded to first in the second. Sugden, Weed, and Kendrick. I made the comment in the bottom of the fourth inning that the Quakes would probably welcome the 5 o'clock start time. Extra 2 hours, you figure, probably is what you get home sooner in that time. And with the day game tomorrow, here is the pitch to Sugden, and it is inside of the count 1-0. Believe it or not, that 2 hours for a ball club, when you're doing a commute and you're turning around a day game after a night game, it makes a difference. 1 ball, no strikes to the count to Sugden. Here's the pitch. Sugden runs up and shows bunt and bunts right through it. The count is 1-1. In fact, tomorrow the Quakes will have a very early bus coming over here. It'll be 9:30 when the bus takes off from Rancho over to Lancaster. And that will make for a rather early morning when you follow it up after a night game. Next pitch is swung on and chopped up, foul. Sugden fouled it off of his foot at the plate, and the ball rolled up along the first base line on the grass. The count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tomorrow, the Quakes will send to the mound right-hander Michael Samard. He'll be opposed by right-hander Chad Scarberry. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jason Sugden. Castellanos, the pitcher, winds and throws. The next pitch is up and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sugden grounded to first in the second inning. B.J. Weed is on deck, then Howie Kendrick. The Quakes scored their 1 run in the first on a Matt Pauley 2-out RBI single to right center. 2-2. Castellanos into his windup. He throws. The next pitch, a curveball, misses outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ty Boykin, the Quakes manager, is coaching at third base tonight. James Rowson, the hitting coach, over at first. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitcher in the sunshine. Same with Sugden in the batter's box. The 3-2 on the way. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. In fact, Sugden tipped it into the glove of Montero. 1 out. Here is B.J. Weed. B.J. Weed grounded to second base in the second. Weed trying to get something going at the plate here. He has... He was not originally in the starting lineup at first, over the first couple of days, but he has been in there since. The pitch to Weed, swing and a pop-up. Foul territory, third base side. Montero, the catcher with room, now backtracking on the grass, and he makes the catch. Two men out. Here is Howie Kendrick. Kendrick is 1 for 2. Kendrick is certainly the talk of the league right now. And the talk of the early season in the Angels farm system. First pitch to Kendrick is a breaking ball in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Other guys who are the talk of maybe the Texas League, Reggie Willits having a great start to the year. Next pitch comes up and in. It is taken for a ball. Kendrick held the bat on his back right shoulder and went down to a knee as he was leaning into that pitch. 1-1. Castellanos throws home. The next pitch, breaking ball, swung on, rolled on 3 hops to Richar at short. He fields and throws over to first to retire Kendrick. The inning is over. Well, Castellanos has stifled Quakes' potent offense so far through 5 innings. He's held them to just a run on 4 hits. We head to the bottom of the fifth. 2-1 Lancaster.
After a game at the Epicenter, the maintenance crew has a long night of cleanup ahead of them. Well, if you're dealing with the same sort of dilemma, call the maintenance consultant. They're a general contractor featuring construction cleanup, portering, and building maintenance for retail, commercial, and industrial businesses. To find out more, call 909-987-0335 or log on to tmc-service.com. The Maintenance Consultant. proudly serving the Inland Empire and Orange County with over 10 years of quality service.
I'm Mandy Moore. Please join me in helping those who battle cancer by supporting the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Kids Help collects fair change through the school and youth programs. Families, neighbors, and businesses come together every fall for the Light the Night Walk. Athletes of all ages provide support through team and training events, while others give their time and talent, an important gift. You too can help provide both help and hope. To find out how, visit us online or call 888-HELP-LLS.
There's just nothing that beats the serenity and beauty of a koi pond or water garden. If you have a pond or you're thinking about starting one, let Mystic Koi and Water Gardens help. They specialize in everything from initial design and construction to equipment and maintenance. They stock beautiful, healthy koi and goldfish and an extensive variety of water lilies, grasses, and plants. From small tubs and water gardens to large-scale koi ponds, you can rely on Mystic. Log on to mystickoi.com today.
All right, fans, coming up.
2-1 JetHawks heading to the bottom half of the fifth inning.
Let's make some noise. Your third baseman, number 12, Edgar Varela.
Edgar Varela will lead it off for Lancaster. The bottom third of the order against Rich Thompson in the bottom of the fifth. 2-1 JetHawks as Thompson winds and throws home, and the first pitch to Varela is a curveball that's outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Varela grounded to short in the second inning. Thompson winds and throws. Here's the 1-0 on the way, and it is outside, 2-0. Thompson had set on the bus rolling into the parking lot yesterday. Here it is, referring to the to Clear Channel Stadium. Hey, it's a launching pad. Next pitch swung on and rolled foul back to the screen, 2-1. I think there was a real telling quote last year by Keith Comstock, last year's pitching coach for the Quakes. He had made the comment in the paper that look, the ball club, the pitchers have to learn how to pitch in places like this. It's a part of the game. The 2-1 on the way swung on and pulled foul. Down the line, 2-2. Especially with when you talk about learning how to pitch in hitters' ballparks, it seems more or less as Varela broke his bat on that last roller, he goes back to the dugout to get a new bat. He said that, when you take a look at pitchers over the course or pitchers in general right now in Major League Baseball, the new ballparks that are being built don't necessarily favor the pitcher. Some do, and San Diego and San Francisco's ballparks are very fair. Even San Diego's can be more classified as a pitcher's park, but not a lot of them. The 2-2 on the way, swinging a pop fly out towards shallow center. Wooded short, going out, and he will make the catch. Nice catch there, and pursuit by Brandon Wood at short. He made that catch kind of in no man's land. Malcolm in right field wasn't going to be able to get there, and Sugden playing straight away and deep in center wasn't going to be able to get there either. So he saved a blooper, and more importantly, saved a leadoff man from getting on. Here's Danny Richar, 2-run home run in the second inning to give the JetHawks their 2-1 lead. He takes a curveball after showing bunt from the left side. He pulls back and takes a ball, 1-0. 2-1 Lancaster. We're playing under the daylight still here in the bottom of the fifth. The 1-0 on the way from Thompson is outside. 2 balls and no strikes, although the shadows, as mentioned, not as stark as you would normally see under clear blue skies, but the sun has stayed out for all of this ball game, which is as the 2-0 on the way is off the plate, 3-0. It is odd, but yet the sun is setting right now, and yet the sun has been out. This is probably the most extended part of the afternoon in which we have had sunshine, though. The 3-0 pitch, Thompson puts in a fastball, and the count is 3-1. JetHawks 2, Quakes 1. We're in the bottom half of the fifth. Thompson winds and throws the 3-1 to the plate. Swing and a ground ball to second. Kendrick fields it. He sets himself and throws over to first to retire Richar. 2 men out. Quakes baseball today is brought to you by Vineyard Bank, with new customer-friendly branches offering easy access to your money throughout the Southland. For more information, please call 1-800-442-4996. That's 442-4996. Vineyard Bank, your hometown bank and a proud sponsor of Quakes baseball on the radio. 2 outs. Here's Johnny Kaplan. Takes the first pitch inside of the count 1-0. Kaplan fly to center in the second inning. Thompson holds that glove up near the letters. Now he goes to the glove. He winds and kicks the 1-0 on the way. Swung on a big bouncer right to Brown at third. He fields the ball even with the bag at third and throws across the diamond to retire Kaplan for the third out. Thompson has retired 10 in a row since the home run in the second inning. We head now to the sixth inning. It is 2-1 JetHawks.
A few years ago, a small bank from Rancho, Cucamonga started sending shockwaves through the banking industry. Vineyard Bank rolled through Southern California with a creative force that is changing the way we bank. We created small ripples at first, with innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively, where it would help businesses and families the most. Then our reputation grew stronger thanks to personal bankers with a can-do attitude committed to building lasting relationships. Vineyard Bank's financial performance was off the scale. A fast-growing bank with a rising stock. New, customer-friendly branches offering easy access to your money, opening throughout the Southland. Online banking on our award-winning website at www.vineyardbank.com. That's Vineyard Bank. Proud to be your hometown bank. Proud to support our hometown team. For more information, please call 1-800-442-4996. That's 1-800-442-4996.
It's good to play together on the diamond, but it's even better to play together on your Xbox. When the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes are not on the field, you can usually find them playing Xbox, the official gaming console of the 2005 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. With several new games for the whole family, online play with Xbox Live, and a new low price of $149. What better time than now to visit your local gaming retailer and pick up your very own Xbox? Xbox now more than ever, it's good to play together.
It is 2-1 JetHawks as the Quakes come to bat in the top half of the sixth inning. We play this evening in Lancaster right now under somewhat overcast skies. Some blue you can see through the cloud cover above, and sunshine has peeked through for most of this ball game. But now the shadows begin to cover the home plate area as the pitcher, John Castellanos, who has thrown a very good ball game of his own, deals the first pitch to Brandon Wood, and it is down low for a ball. The count is 1-0. Wood struck out swinging in the first, and he grounded to third in the third. 2-1 JetHawks. Here's the windup and the pitch, and Wood swings and hits a high drive towards left center field. This one is hit deep. This one is on its way, and it is off of the scoreboard. A home run for Brandon Wood, his seventh of the season, his second in as many days, a solo shot, and it is 2-2. Boy, this combination of Brandon Wood and Howie Kendrick, they are something else to watch. And Brandon Wood, with such a smooth swing at the plate, he cranks home runs out, and he has no uppercut to his swing. Here is Balazar Lopez, and he's broken down by a curveball and swings over the top of it and misses. The count is 0-1. Ball game tied up at 2 now on the Wood home run. Next pitch is inside, 1-1. Sometimes you just get the sense when Wood is up there, you just have this feeling that he's going to hit a home run. And it comes in clutch situations. Next pitch is swung on and pulled foul, wide of the right field line. It caroms off the retaining wall and back onto the field. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brandon Wood now ties Valentine for the league lead in home runs in 7 so far. RBI number 14 on the season. 2-2 the score, top of the sixth. Here's the 1-2 on the way to Lopez. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Wood had pulled up at second base for a moment on his home run because the ball hit the scoreboard or a message board out in left center field. And caromed back onto the field, and Kaplan, the center fielder, tried to play it off as the ball hit off the wall. Here is Bobby Wilson, first pitch swinging, hits that one back over the mound, gloved by Richar, the shortstop from the left to the second base bag. He throws over to first to get Wilson for the second out. 2 men out. Coming up to the plate is Matt Pauley. Quakes baseball tonight on the radio, brought to you by Farmer John Hot Dogs. Easternmost in quality, westernmost in freshness. Get fresh, get Farmer John. 2 men out. Here is Castellanos to the plate, and a curveball taken by Pauley. The count is 0-1. Pauley provided the other run for the Quakes, an RBI single in the first. Here's the 0-1 on the way. Pauley takes a curveball at the knees for a strike, and the count is 0-2. Castellanos to the glove. 0-2, working quickly. He kicks. Here's the pitch. And Pauley takes a fastball that misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Castellanos nods. Here's the 1-2 on the way. And a curveball. That one misses outside. 2-2. Pauley grounded out to first base in the fourth. 2-2 on the way. Pauley swings and hits it foul back beyond Matt Brown in the Quakes on deck circle. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. The windup and the pitch to the plate. Low and inside, and the count is now full to Pauley. Where Wood hit that home run, there is a message board located to the right of the 385 marker in the power alley. And it is on both sides there are spaceships on each side of the message board. The 3-2 on the way. Breaking ball swung on and missed, strike 3, and the inning is over. And that is where Wood hit his home run. A leadoff home run by Brandon Wood to left field, his 7th of the season, ties the ball game. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is now 2-2.
It's a hot, sunny day. You've worked hard all week. All you want to do is take a dip in your pool and unwind. Unfortunately, your pool needs some repairs. You haven't called Monarch Pool Replastering. Monarch offers complete swimming pool repair and service, as well as year-round maintenance. If your pool's in need of repair, call Javier Vargas at 909-263-3809. That's 909-263-3809. Monarch Pool Replastering, because there's nothing worse than having a pool and not being able to use it.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into Yellow Book, not the other book.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Heading to the bottom of the 6th inning, ball game tied up at 2. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Quakes. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the JetHawks. Rich Thompson has retired 10 in a row for Rancho.
Wow, as you possibly can for your Pepsi hot hitter. Here he is, number 7, Eric Schindewolf.
Rich Thompson has retired 10 in a row since he gave up a 2-run home run in the second. He faces Eric Schindewolf. Here's the first pitch to Schindewolf, and it is down low, 1-0. Schindewolf in the top of the lineup. Schindewolf has led off, obviously, the first, and now the third, and now into the 6th. But Thompson retired the JetHawks in order their second time through the lineup tonight. Here's the next pitch, and it's in there for a strike, and the count 1-1. How often do you see that? 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Here's the pitch on the way. And there's a changeup taken for a strike to Schindewolf, and the count 1-2. Sometimes it may be the first time through the lineup, and then the second time is when the hits start coming. Thompson has adjusted. The 1-2 on the way, breaking ball low. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Thompson back to the plate. And the pitch is swung on and tapped over to third. Brown gloves it, spins around at third, and throws over to first in time to get Schindewolf. 1 man out. Looked like Brown kind of gloved that ball about thigh height. And snagged it, and then at the last moment spun around, set himself and threw. There is Jeff Cook. Cook is 0 for 2 on the night. 2-2, the Quakes tied it in the top of the inning on the Wood home run. The pitch to Cook is down low. 1-0 the count from Rich Thompson. Thompson, feet spread apart on the mound. Now he goes to the glove. He winds. Here's the 1-0 on the way. Swung on and grounded into left center field for a base hit. Actually, he hit that one in the hole between third and short. So that breaks up the stretch by Thompson. He retires 11 consecutive JetHawk batters. And Jay Garthwaite will be the batter.
All right, here is your first baseman, number 37, Jay Garthwaite.
Garthwaite singled in the first, struck out looking in the third. 2-2, we're in the bottom of the 6th inning, 1 out, and Cook leads away from first. And Thompson is into the stretch for the first time since the 2nd inning. A high set by Thompson. Now he pauses the belt. Here's the pitch, and he runs a fastball by Garthwaite. He swings and misses. The count is 0-1. Wind now blowing out to straightaway right field. 0-1 the count. Thompson working from the third base side of the rubber from the stretch. He's set. And now he throws. Runner goes. The pitch is swung on. It is fought off foul. Wide of the bag at third. No balls, 2 strikes. So 0-2 the count. Thompson is set. He turns and he throws back over to first, and back safely is Cook with a head-first slide. Cook is 0 for 2 this year in stolen base attempts. No balls, 2 strikes. Thompson is ready. Here's the pitch to the plate, very high and inside. 1-2 the count. Now Thompson ready. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He throws home. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Strike 3. Nice pitch there by Thompson. 2 men out. Quakes baseball tonight is brought to you by Best Western. Play ball with Best Westerns in California, Nevada, and Hawaii, and get a free limited edition bobblehead for each qualified stay. Register in advance at travelbestwestern.com or call 1-800-WESTERN. 2 outs, runner at first for Chris Carter. Carter is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. It's a pitch out, and the runner off the bag at first. Cook scampers back to first. 1 ball, no strikes. Carter flied to center in the first, and he popped out to third in the 4th inning. 2-2 the score. We're in the bottom half of the 6th. Now Thompson throws home. Next pitch, swung on and missed. A curveball, and the count is 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thompson from the belt. Runner from first. Runner goes. The pitch. Swing and a foul. Back to the Quakes on deck circle along the third base side, and the count is 1-2. So Plummer put on the hit and run there with Carter and Garthwaite at first, or Cook at first. And now the count is 1-2. We'll see if he puts on the hit and run again. Thompson from the belt. The runner does not go this time. The pitch is a changeup outside. 2-2 to the left-hander Chris Carter. Thompson, a high set, now a pause at the belt. The 2-2 runner goes again. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Strike 3. And the inning is over. One hit, one left on base. We move to the 7th. This ball game tied up 2-2.
Hello, Best Western.
Hi, I'd like to book a room.
Sure, for how long?
5 months, so 161 days.
161 days?
Yep, don't want to miss out on any bobbleheads.
Wow, I guess so.
Actually, they're not for me, though. They're for my, son.
I'm sure they are.
Stay at any Best Western in California, Nevada, and Hawaii between April 7th and September 15th and ask for the baseball rate. You'll get up to 25% off your stay and get a free limited edition bobblehead. Different Major League star in their minor league uniform with each stay. Log on to TravelBestWestern.com for additional terms or call 1-800-WESTERN. Guests must register in advance and quantities are limited.
Galliano Winery, located at 1431 Wineville Road in Mariloma, California. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. That's 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
With our studio coordinator tonight, Denny Brower, this is Jason Anaforian with you here from Clear Channel Stadium in Lancaster. We have reached the top of the 7th inning, and we have ourselves a pretty good ball game. Tied up at 2, the Quakes will send Matt Brown to the plate to lead it off as the right-hander and starter Chris Capuano deals a first pitch strike to Brown, and the count is 0-1. Both starters have given up 2 runs. Both starters are still in the ball game. Top of the 7th inning. Here's the 0-1 on the way from Castellanos, and the pitch is low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. John Castellanos has allowed 2 runs, both earned. He has not walked a batter. He has struck out 5 so far. Next pitch is down low. 2-1. He's given up 2 runs on 5 hits, has not walked a batter through 6, and has struck out 5. And Rich Thompson has not walked a batter either through 6. Next pitch, 2-1, swung on, popped up. Foul off of the first base side. This ball's going to reach the concourse. 2-2 the count. The Quakes led it 1-0 on a Matt Pauley RBI single in the first. In the bottom of the 2nd inning, Danny Richar hit a 2-run home run to right center to make it a 2-1 JetHawks lead, and that's the way the ball game stayed until the top of the 6th, when Brandon Wood hit his league-leading 7th home run of the year to left. Next pitch is a breaking ball up and in, 2-2. Wood tied Vladimir Valentin for the home run lead in the California League at 7. Valentin and the Inland Empire 66ers, they'll be getting underway in about a half hour in Bakersfield. The 3-2 on the way, and a check swing, and Brown fouls it back to the screen. Three balls, 2 strikes the count. Valentin hit his 7th home run of the season last night in Bakersfield. And that's where we stand now, 2-2 in the top of the 7th. Here's the 3-2 on the way. Swung on and popped up. Foul territory. This ball is going to reach the seats behind the first base dugout. And the count is still full at 3-2. On the out-of-town scoreboard, the Angels and the Athletics tonight from Anaheim. And that ball game will be getting started in about a half hour. Heron for Oakland and Paul Bird for the Angels. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Now Castellanos into his windup, and he throws home. And the pitch, Brown swings and lifts a fly ball foul down the right field line. This one's going to land up on the berm, and some fans go scampering for that ball. Full count now, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three and 2 the count. Castellanos kicks and throws home. The next pitch is inside, ball 4, and that is the game's first walk. A leadoff walk for the Quakes. Here is Blake Balcom. So the Angels are hosting the Athletics in Anaheim tonight. Both teams tied for first in the AL West, in Oakland winning that ball game in the bottom of the ninth last night, or in the top of the ninth. Both clubs 9 and 8 coming into the game tonight. Cleveland and Seattle, they're just underway at Safeco Field with the Indians batting in the top of the first. Now Balcom shows bunt, and he bunts it foul with Brown away from first base, and the ball trickles foul. The count is 0-1. The Quakes playing this inning for a run. You get into these pitchers' duels. They'd like to get Brown over into scoring position. Balcom tonight 0 for 2. Hit into a fielder's choice, ending the fourth. No one won the count. Now Castellanos will turn and throw back over, and Brown is back safely with a head-first slide. The White Sox lead Kansas City 2-1 on the out-of-town scoreboard, top of the seventh inning. That ball game in Kauffman Stadium tonight in Kansas City. The 0-1 on the way, a pitch out. And holding at first is Brown. 1 ball, 1 strike. You've got your chess match going on here between Ty Boykin and Gary Plummer. Plummer trying to see if he can't get Brown to break, and if they can't isolate him as a runner at first. 1-1 the count. Castellanos now will turn and throw back over, and Brown is back. Brown is taking no more than about a 2-step lead off the bag at first. We are tied at 2 in the top of the seventh. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. The field completely in the shadows now. Daylight's still above, but the sun no longer a factor on the field. The 1-1 on the way, and Balcom bunts this one foul. And Balcom very frustrated with himself after that last bunt. The count is 1-2. Minnesota at Detroit tonight. That one is postponed due to rain. It was supposed to be Mays against Johnson at Comerica Park. No makeup date has been announced. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brown away from first. Here's the pitch on the way. Breaking ball, and Balcom swings and lifts it to center field. Kaplan, the center fielder, moving over towards the right center gap, and he will reach up and make the catch. Brown will retreat back to first base. So not the execution the Quakes wanted there. Here is Jason Sugden. In the National League, game in progress right now, the Dodgers at the Rockies. It is 7-2 Colorado in the top of the fourth inning. Preston Wilson has hit his 3rd home run for Colorado. Atlanta leads Philadelphia 11-1, bottom of the 6th inning. Andrew Jones has hit his 2nd home run for the Braves tonight at Turner Field. San Diego visits Arizona. That ball game getting started in about 5 minutes. From Bank One Ballpark, Jake Peavy against Brandon Webb. Here it is 2-2. We're in the top half of the 7th inning. And the Quakes with a runner at first and 1 out. And Jason Sugden, switch hitter batting left-handed, skies it to the opposite field. Frazier, the left fielder, will now come in at the last moment, charging that ball, and he makes the catch for the 2nd out. So the leadoff walk right now, the Quakes have been unable to advance Brown along the base path. And here is B.J. Weed, who is 0 for 2. In the National League, this afternoon in San Francisco, the Giants beat the Brewers 6-2. Brett Tomko the win. Chris Capuano the loss for Milwaukee. Armando Benitez his 4th save for the Giants. Torrealba hit his 1st for the Giants, and Russell Branyan hit his 3rd for the Brewers in the 6-2 Giants win. 2-man out. Here's the pitch to Weed. He takes a breaking ball on the outside corner for a strike, and the count is 0-1. And the wind is gusting here over the last inning or so, and right now it's really starting to gust up at the ballpark. No balls, 1 strike. 2-man out, Brown away from first. Castellanos throws home. The pitch is down low. Breaking ball in the dirt, loved by Montero. The count is even now at a ball and a strike. Weed hit a foul pop-up to the catcher in the 5th. and he grounded to second base in the second. 1-1 the count. Now Castellanos with a high set. He throws home. The 1-1 pitch is down low. 2-1. The lights will slowly begin to gather their effect here at the ballpark. As once the sun is set, the temperatures have really cooled off. 2-1, here's the pitch. Weed swings and he goes to the opposite field and he hits it into left field for a base hit. B.J. Weed just reached out, protecting the plate, and he took that ball to the opposite field. Here is Howie Kendrick now in a clutch situation. 2 outs and runners at first and second in a tie ball game here in the top half of the 7th inning. Kendrick this year hitting .417 with runners in scoring position and 2 outs, hitting .421 with runners in scoring position, period. Here's the pitch. He takes a strike, and the count is 0-1. Kendrick so far tonight, 1 for 3. He singled and scored in the first. 2-2 are in the top of the 7th inning, 0-1 the count. And now there's activity beginning in the Lancaster bullpen, and a ball got away momentarily from the catcher, and time was called. No balls, 1 strike. Now Castellanos looks back at second base. Castellanos is set. Now he'll step off the rubber and look back at second. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Kendrick swings and grounds it to second base. Schindel field till underhand feed over to Richard short for the force out on Weed. The inning is over. So the Quakes miss an opportunity here in the 7th inning. 1 walk, 1 hit, 2 left on. Stretch time here at the ballpark. We're tied up at 2.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service.
This Quakes broadcast is brought to you in part by York Employment Services, state-of-the-art service, old-fashioned values. By the Maintenance Consultant, giving the finishing touch. By R2 Graphics, to meet all of your professional needs. By L&L Towing Service, the company to know when you need a tow. And by Real Property Mortgage and Investment, ensuring clients' financial security and growth.
Welcome to the Pepsi Theater Minute. Today, the story of Langusto and Pesto.
Langusto.
Oh, pesto.
Cacciatore, lasagna, gorgonzola.
Oh, linguini, la carbonara, calzone.
Scalupini, tortellini al pomodoro, bruschetta, prosciutto, ricotta. Pepsi.
Pepsi, cappellini, salame, pancetta, Pepsi, mortadella.
Calzone. Pepsi.
Pepsi, ravioli, scalopine, minestrone, prosciutto.
Pepsi e scalopine.
Linguini, cannelloni, maccheroni, gnocchi, gorgonzola.
Gorgonzola. Bologna.
Spaghetti.
Antipasti.
Parmigiano, provolone, mozzarella, pezzi.
Langusto, calamari. Langusto. Pepsi.
Pepsi, food's good. Pepsi, it's the cola.
7th inning stretch tonight, sponsored by Silverback Extreme, finally an energy drink with real taste. It has the essential balance of B vitamins as well as the necessary amino acids to keep you sharp and alert without that shock and drop feeling or that bad aftertaste. Grab a can and compare or buy a 4-pack today at Albertsons, Ralph's, Food for Less, Vons, and Kmart. Silverback Extreme, the evolution of the bad boy energy drink. It's 2-2. We're into the bottom half of the 7th inning here tonight in Lancaster, and Rich Thompson throws a curveball, and he delivers that one a little bit high to Alex Frazier. The count is 1-0. The Quakes stranded 2 runners on base in the top of the inning against John Castellanos. Thompson comes back. The next pitch, a curveball. That one's at the knees for a strike, and the count is 1-1. Thompson has given up 2 runs on 4 hits through 6 innings. He has not walked the batter. He has struck out 3. Here's the windup and the 1-1 on the way. Fastball runs inside, and the count is 2-1. Wind really picking up, blowing out towards right field tonight on what is becoming a very gusty Saturday evening here in Lancaster. The attendance tonight at Clear Channel Stadium, 1,802. Now Thompson winds. Here's the 2-1 on the way. Swung on, and that one's rolled into left field, a base hit. Frazier is aboard with a leadoff single. He is now 2 for 3 on the night. A single here is Miguel Montero. Montero flied to left in the second. He flied to left in the fourth. Updating you on an out-of-town score in the California League tonight, the Modesto Nuts, the affiliates of the Colorado Rockies, are in San Jose taking on the Giants. Now here is Montero. He is showing bunt, left-handed hitter. Now time was called. It is 2-1 San Jose, leading Modesto. They start their ball games at 5:05 as well on Saturday nights, and they draw very well for those games in San Jose. Here's a bunt and a pullback, and Montero takes outside. The count is 1-0. Frazier holding at first. Joe Gaetti, the son of Gary Gaetti, hit his third home run tonight in that ball game for Modesto. 2-1 San Jose leads it there in the bottom of the fifth. 1-0 the count. Thompson from the stretch. Now Brown in on the grass at third, guarding for the bunt. Runner away from first. Thompson with a long pause, and now he steps off. Thompson trying to see if he cannot get Frazier to break. The Quakes have activity in the bullpen, and it is David Austin warming up. 1-0 the count. Now Thompson is set. He'll turn and he'll throw back over to first, and Frazier is back. High Desert is at Lake Elsinore, Inland Empire at Bakersfield, and Stockton at Visalia. Those ball games will be getting started in about 20 to 25 minutes. 1-0 the count. Thompson throws home the pitch. After showing bunt, Montero pulls back and takes a strike. 1-1. Montero has flied to left both times up the plate tonight. Left-handed hitting catcher. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sugden in center field, playing straight away and deep. Same with Balcom in right. Thompson throws the 1-1. Montero pops this bunt. It bounces at Brown at third. As he fields it on the grass, he goes to second for the lead out. That's all they'll get. But Montero did not get that bunt down enough. In fact, he popped it in the air, and Brown came in and fielded it cleanly on a hop. And then he threw over to second base to get Frazier the lead runner. So a big out there, a fielder's choice. With Kendrick covering the bag, it goes 5-4. Edgar Varela, the batter. He is 0 for 2. 1 man out. Now Brown, even with just at the edge of the grass at third, and a turn and a throwback over. Varela grounded to short in the second, popped out to short in the fifth. Thompson would like a double play ground ball here. 1 man out in the inning and a runner from first. He throws. The pitch is a fastball for a strike, and the count is 0-1. 1 man out. Thompson throws. The pitch on the way. Down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now Thompson holds that glove up right near the letters. A pause at the belt. He throws from the stretch. Next pitch is swung on and sliced foul. Back up onto the berm and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Jason Anafoyan with you tonight here in Lancaster. It is 2-2, bottom of the 7th inning. California League affiliates of the Angels and the Diamondbacks. The JetHawks with a runner away from first. That's Montero. Now Thompson throws home. The pitch is a breaking ball in the dirt. Bobby Wilson, the catcher, blocks it, and the count is 2-2. Tomorrow, Michael Samard for the Quakes, Chad Scarberry for the JetHawks. 2-2 the count. Outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Thompson's delivery there was a breaking ball away. Thompson has not walked a man in this game. 3-2 the count. Runner goes, the pitch, down low, ball 4, and he walked him. A one-out walk, putting runners at first and second. And this is a big scoring threat, or as big of a scoring threat as you can consider this for Lancaster, or for any ball club, especially in these ball games when you get a runner at second base in a game in which both starting pitchers, for the most part, they've given up a home run each. There haven't been too many scoring threats. In fact, only one other time in this ball game tonight has Lancaster had a runner on second base. That was in the second inning. And Danny Richar was the batter with Frazier at second base, and he had just moved there on a 2-out ground out, and Richar hit a 2-run home run. At no other point in this ball game has Rich Thompson had to pitch with a runner on second. And now Danny Richar is the batter, with runners at first and second and 1 out. The wind is blowing out to right. 2-2, we're in the bottom of the 7th. The meeting with Eric Bennett is over on the mound. Now Thompson throws. Here's the pitch, and it's low and away. 1-0 the count. David Austin continues to warm up in the Rancho bullpen. One ball, no strikes. Now Thompson from the belt. A look back at second. He throws. The 1-0 on the way. Breaking ball outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Thompson sets at the belt. He throws. The 2-0 on the way. Swung on. Hit out towards center field. Sugden, the center fielder, is right there. He'll make the catch. And everybody holds up. 2 men out. Here's John Kaplan. Kaplan flied to center in the second. He grounded to third in the fifth. Quakes baseball tonight on the radio. Brought to you in part by our friends at Yellow Book USA. Look your information up in the Yellow Book, not the other book. Call 188-YB-YELLOW for more information. Well, that's going to do it for Rich Thompson. Ty Boykins coming out, and he's going to the bullpen. 2 outs, runners at first and second, in a tie game in the bottom of the 7th. We're tied up at 2. We'll take a break. We'll come back and tell you about the new Rancho pitcher right after this.
Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball on KWRM 1370.
Over 50% of the population admits to dropping litter on the ground or out a car window. All that litter makes one big mess. The good news is you can help by setting a good example for your kids and community. Research shows that people litter because litter has already accumulated. By keeping your neighborhood clean, you ensure that others are less likely to litter there. So take the following steps to help stop litter in your neighborhood. Throw your trash in a can every time. If you're not near a trash can, hold on to your trash until you get to one. Make sure your outdoor trash cans have lids that close securely to prevent accidental litter. Keep your yard and sidewalk trash free. Include a neighborhood cleanup in your next neighborhood event. Don't let trash blow away from you, because it won't disappear. And teach kids to use trash cans. They'll adopt your habits. Call 800-CLEANUP to report illegally dumped garbage and debris. For more pollution prevention tips, call the City of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-477-2740 extension 4060. 909-477-2740 extension 4060.
David Austin, the new pitcher for the Quakes, here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Rich Thompson is responsible for the runners on base. He goes 6 2/3 innings. Do not close the book on him yet. He strikes out 3, though, and just 1 walk in his time on the mound tonight. David Austin comes into the ball game, and he has no record. 10 2/3 innings pitched, 5 hits. He's walked a batter. He has struck out 8. And Austin has also logged 1 save on the year. Here is the first pitch to Johnny Kaplan, a breaking ball inside, and the count is 1-0. Although the official stats do not have Austin represented with a save, I do know he does have a save in a ball game earlier this year. Here's the next pitch to Kaplan, and it is up high. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 runs on 7 hits for the Quakes, 2 runs on 6 hits for the JetHawks. We're in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Away from second is Montero. Varela off the bag at first. Austin, a high set. Now a look back at second. He throws home. The pitch on the way is up high. 3 balls and no strikes now. Johnny Kaplan fly to center, as we told you, in the second, grounded to third in the 5th. David Austin walked 1, struck out 8 in 10 2/3 innings, and opponents are hitting 143 against him. A look back at second. The 3-0 on the way is in there for a strike, and the count is 3-1. Two to 2 the score. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning, and a very key point in this ball game. Runners at first and second for Lancaster. The 3-1 on the way, and a changeup for a strike at the belt. 3-2. And now the runners will be off on the pitch. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. At second base, Montero. Varela at first. Austin is set. And now he throws home. The runners go. 3-2 pitch, swung on, lifted down the right field line. This one's going to head up foul up onto the berm. And the count remains full at 3-2. For the Quakes, in the top half of the 8th inning, it'll be Wood, Lopez, and Wilson. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2, 2 men out. Here's the pitch on the way. Runners go. Swinging a comebacker to Austin on the mound. He fields. Throws over to Lopez at first in plenty of time. Inning over. 1 hit, 1 walk, and 2 men are left on base. We move to the 8th. It's the Quakes and the JetHawks tied up at 2.
Hey, Dirtbags fans, it's the voice of the 49ers, Rob Bushka. Join Dirtbags skipper Mike Weathers and I live from Cerebello's in Long Beach for the Mike Weathers Show. Each Wednesday from 6:30 to 7:30, we'll take your questions, and you can win tickets, Dirtbags merchandise, and more. The Mike Weathers Show, Wednesdays at 6:30 from Cerebello's in Long Beach, 4115 Viking Way. If you can't make the show, be sure to catch it here on KWRM 1370 AM and on the internet at longbeachstate.com.
In Chicago, the joke goes, they drive with 1 hand on the wheel and 1 on the horn. In Seattle, it's 1 hand on the wheel and 1 on your soy latte. In LA, the trend is to drive with 1 hand on the wheel and 1 hand on the cell phone with your talent agent. Fortunately, there are drivers like you, safe drivers, people who haven't had a ticket or been in an accident for over 3 years, people who check their rearview mirror before changing lanes, people who don't drive with their knees. Allstate rewards those drivers with the Allstate Safe Driver Discount. Safe drivers should pay less. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
Ball game tied up at 2 as we head to the top of the 8th inning. The Quakes and the JetHawks. Quakes baseball tonight on the radio is brought to you by Allstate Insurance. For your best rates, give Chuck Benson a call in Covina at 626-967-0595. Call Chuck Benson in Covina for the best Allstate Insurance rates at 626-967-0595. The Quakes will send up Brandon Wood, followed by Baltazar Lopez and Bobby Wilson here in the 8th. The ball game is tied up at 2, and Brandon Wood is responsible for that tie as he hit a solo home run, his 7th of the season, to left field in the 6th. He swings at the first pitch and pops it up on the infield. Richar at short coming down, and the shortstop tailing now to the right side of the second base bag, and on the dirt, he makes the catch. 1 man out. Here is Baltazar Lopez. Lopez singled in the first. He grounded to first in the 3rd, and he also struck out swinging in the 6th. The Lancaster JetHawks have gone to the bullpen as they have a new right-handed pitcher in there. First pitch to Lopez is in there for a strike, and the count is at no balls and one strike. Here's the next pitch, and it misses. And the count is 1-1. New pitcher is Jared Liebeck, Liebeck. Makes his home in Phoenix, Arizona. Liebeck comes back, and the next pitch is swung on and missed. The count is 1-2 to Lopez. 2-2, top half of the eighth. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Here's the next pitch on the way. Breaking ball outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 on the way. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And Lopez is 1 for 4 on the night. If you were not with us in the opener, the Quakes made a couple of roster moves before the ball game. Devin Day has been assigned to Double-A Arkansas. Brooks Schenkel was sent to extended spring training in Mesa. Here is the first pitch to Bobby Wilson. It is low and away, and the count 1-0. The Quakes, or the Angels, promoted from extended spring to Rancho Cucamonga, Baltazar Lopez. Here's the pitch to Wilson. It is outside. 2 balls, no strikes. And Lopez just struck out swinging for the second out, and Ryan Leahy. The 2-0 pitch, Wilson swings and bounces it in the hole. It's short, gloved by Richar. A long throw to first, in time to get Wilson by a step. The inning is over. A very nice defensive play by Danny Richar. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Quakes in the eighth. We head to the bottom of the eighth. Coming up, it'll be Schindewolf, Cook, and Garthwaite. It is 2-2.
Businesses and job applicants are looking for the same thing, a good match. At York Employment Services, we provide the most qualified job applicants to business leaders throughout the area. Our consultants will match the best candidates to the best companies, saving both time and money. Visit us across the street from the Ontario Mills Mall, 2 doors down from Starbucks, or log on to yorkemployment.com. York Employment Services, providing state-of-the-art services with old-fashioned values.
And you're listening to AM 1370 Sports here on KWRM Corona.
Great moments in Laughlin history. Jeff from Barstow tries out his new camera phone.
Hey, Jeff sending pictures from Laughlin.
Looks like you rented a jet ski.
Cool. Now he's floating by a pontoon boat.
Are there girls on there?
Yeah, those are girls.
Are they hot?
Yeah, and they're really tan. I think he's in a casino now.
Are the girls with him?
They're blowing on his dice. Nice, he won.
Good. He owes me money.
They're in a nightclub now.
Whoa.
Knee-deep in females.
Yeah, that never happens when we're with them.
Hello?
Hey, man, you got shoes. I'm down here.
Hey, baby.
Jeff says hello.
Uh-huh.
I hate Jeff.
Laughlin, Nevada. Founded on fun.
I don't want to know what that is.
For information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
Heading to the bottom of the eighth inning, tied up at 2, the Quakes and the JetHawks, affiliates of the Angels and Diamondbacks, tonight in Lancaster, as David Austin deals home, and the first pitch to Eric Schindewolf is swung on and hit high and foul. This one is back up onto the berm, down the left field line. The count is 0-1. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Quakes. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the JetHawks. Austin kicks and comes back. The 0-1 on the way is inside, and the count is even now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Our studio coordinator tonight has been Denny Brower. A nice job in the studio by Denny. Here is the next pitch. It is outside with a breaking ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Eric Schindewolf is 0 for 3. David Austin retired the last out of the 7th inning, and he stays in here in the 8th. Next pitch, changeup misses outside. 3 balls and a strike. Austin inherited runners at first and second and did not allow anyone to score. The 3-1. And a fastball for a strike, and the count is now 3-2. Austin works from the windup. He winds and kicks. The 3-2 on the way. Inside, ball 4, and he walked it. Leadoff walk here by Schindewolf in the 8th. Here comes Jeff Cook coming up to the plate. Quakes baseball tonight on the radio is brought to you by the Xbox, the official gaming console of the Quakes, now retailing for only $149.99 at a gaming or consumer electronics store near you. The Xbox, now more than ever, it's good to play together. So a leadoff man aboard. The JetHawks do not show bunt with Jeff Cook, and the left-hander takes outside. The count is 1-0. Matt Brown at third base plays in on the grass in this tie ball game. Schindewolf away from first, held on by Lopez. Austin with a set. He throws home. The 1-0 on the way. Here's a bunt to the third base side of the mound, picked up by Austin. He throws to second, too high. It's off the glove of Wood. It trickles out towards right center. Everybody's going to move up 90 feet and make it safely. To third base goes Schindewolf, and Cook, the runner at first who was safe, he moves to second. A sacrifice and an error on David Austin, the pitcher. And the error is on the throw.
All right, fans, keep that noise up. Here's your first baseman, number 37, Jay Garthwaite.
And now runners are at second and third, and nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th inning for Jay Garthwaite. The first error of the ball game by either ball club. And Garthwaite, who was 1 for 3, is up at the plate, and runners are now at second and third. David Austin looks back at second. Here's the pitch. Garthwaite swings and lines it right to the drawn-in Kendrick at second base. He makes the catch on the grass. And one man out. That'll bring up Chris Carter.
Okay, fans, section 204.
Now, it's not as if we haven't seen a Quakes pitcher work himself out of a situation like this, even in the early going this year. Here is Chris Carter, and now they're going to put Carter on. The intentional walk, and the first pitch is outside for ball 1. Austin now sets again, and the next pitch is outside to the left-hander, ball 2. Carter 0 for 3 on the night, and he'll be 0 for 3 with a walk as ball 3 comes way outside of the plate. They'll face Alex Frazier with the bases loaded. It'll put the double play, though, in order. Here's ball 4 coming to the plate, so the intentional walk loads the bases.
All right, fans, let's put that energy into cheers.
Schindewolf at third.
Here's your left fielder, number 22, Alex Frazier.
Schindewolf at third, Cook at second, and Carter at first. Carter intentionally walked. Schindewolf walked to lead off the inning. So the bases are loaded now and 1 out. And Austin, the right-hander, will face the right-hander Frazier, who is 2 for 3 tonight. The bases are loaded, and Austin sets a very high set. He comes home. The pitch. Fastball runs inside. The count 1-0. Frazier in the ballgame last night was 0 for 3 with a couple of walks. He had 2 RBIs. He was actually walked with the bases loaded and then picked off in the ninth. 1-0 the count. The Quakes play the infield back. The 1-0 on the way, and a breaking ball at the knees for a strike. The count is 1-1. Brown at third base is not back. He is playing probably about 2 steps behind the bag at third and about 5 steps off the line. 1-1 the count. Austin throws home. The next pitch comes inside, and they're calling it a foul ball. A foul ball that hits the bat. And Frazier was claiming that it hit him on his, I think he's signaling is his right tricep or his right hand, which would be his top right hand. And Gary Plummer started to come down to the line to talk about it with Chris Schultz, but he didn't continue the argument. So the count is 1-2. Fouled at the plate. Oh, boy, was that ever so close. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 man out. Austin holds the ball behind his back. Now he goes to the glove. Runners lead from all bases. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. The ball gets away from Wilson. It rolls to the on-deck circle, and coming in to score from third is Schindewolf, and the JetHawks have taken the lead Down to third base goes Cook, and Carter to second base. A wild pitch brings in the go-ahead run in the bottom of the eighth. It is 3-2 Lancaster. Well, of all ways to lose the lead in an inning in which there's a walk, an error, and a wild pitch, and that is what has happened here in the eighth. Second and third now, 1 out, 2-2. The Quakes bring the infield back in. Now Austin sets. He throws the 2-2 on the way. Swing line right to Wood at short. He goes down to his knees and reaches up and makes the catch. Well, 2 lineouts, 2 men out, and the runners hold.
Your JetHawks, it's the catcher, number 20, Miguel Montero.
Here is Miguel Montero. Montero flied out to left in the second, flied out to left in the fourth, and he reached on a fielder's choice in the seventh. 3-2 JetHawks, bottom of the eighth inning. Now Austin throws home. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. The ball rolls away from Wilson, and the runners hold. 1-0 the count. Wilson went to retrieve the ball on the grass along the first base side. 1 ball, no strikes the count. 3-2 Lancaster in the bottom of the eighth, and the ball game has just hit the 2-hour mark. 1-0 the count. Austin throws home. Here's the pitch inside. 2-0. Alan Buckley is warming up in the Quakes bullpen. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 men out. Austin throws the pitch inside. 3-0. On deck is Edgar Varela. And now time is called. A ball getting loose from the bullpen. Three balls, no strikes, 2 men out. Austin throws the pitch. Swinging a high pop-up to the left side of the infield. It's Brandon Wood at short, calling for it on the dirt, and he's there to make the catch. The inning is over. But the JetHawks score 1 go-ahead run here in the bottom of the eighth. They did not even pick up a base hit. 2 walks, a sacrifice, an error, a wild pitch. We head to the ninth. Holly, Brown, and Balcom coming up. It is 3-2 Lancaster.
We at KWRM 1370 know that you have a choice when it comes to sports radio, and we also know that you're in the right place. By airing the local games that matter most to you, KWRM is your Orange County and Inland Empire sports leader. Whether it's professional baseball, college basketball, or high school football, no one delivers the best and exciting local play-by-play like KWRM. Check out our new website at KWRM1370am.com. That's KWRM1370am.com, and thanks for being a part of our all-star lineup.
One of the most desired qualities on any team is speed. The same is true in the business world. If you're faced with a near impossible printing deadline, call R2 Graphics. From business stationery and brochures to digital color, you're sure to appreciate their quality, competitive prices, and fast turnaround. When every second counts, count on R2 Graphics. See them online at r2graphics.com. That's letter R, number 2, graphics.com. They're located in the Aero Business Park at 9047 Aero Route in Rancho, Cucamonga.
It's good to play together on the Diamond, but it's even better to play together on your Xbox. When the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes are not on the field, you can usually find them playing Xbox, the official gaming console of the 2005 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. With several new games for the whole family, online play with Xbox Live, and a new low price of $149. What better time than now to visit your local gaming retailer and pick up your very own Xbox? Xbox now more than ever, it's good to play together.
The JetHawks take a 3-2 lead over the Quakes into the top half of the ninth inning. Liebeck retired the side in order in the eighth, and the JetHawks go to their closer in Dustin Glant. And Glant will face Pauly, Brown, and Balcom here in the top of the ninth, and the Quakes are trailing 3-2. Matt Pauly singled in a run in the first. He is 1 for 3 on the night. He grounded to first in the fourth and struck out swinging in the sixth. Here is Glant, the right-hander. He comes home, and the first pitch to Polly is low and away. The count 1-0. Glant winds. Here's the 1-0 on the way. Pitch is swung on and popped up to shallow left. Frazier coming in. Going out as short as Richar. Richar dives out, can't get it. And Polly is aboard. And he has himself a leadoff single. That one was hit down the left field line. The wind is now shifted. It is blowing out towards center. And when a ball goes up in the air, it is an adventure. When Brandon Wood caught that ball to end the eighth, Howie Kendrick alertly at second base came over to back him up. You never know what's going to happen with that ball, and on a pitch like that, it can get really tricky. Or on a ball like that, it can get really tricky. The one that Polly just hit, where the shortstop, Richar, he had to make a diving attempt anyway for it. So here is Matt Brown, and he is 1 for 2 tonight with a walk. 3-2, JetHawks, top of the ninth, and the Quakes with the leadoff man on. And Brown showing bunt. He bunts this one out in front of the plate. It is picked up by Montero. He thought about second base. The catcher will throw over to first to retire Brown for the out. The sacrifice is successful, and the sacrifice goes 2-3. Down to second base goes Polly. And the Quakes will have a runner at second base to work with here in the ninth with one man out. Blake Balcom, who is 0 for 3 on the night, is coming up to the plate. The Quakes have inserted a pinch runner for Polly at second base, and that is Rancho Melgarejo. First time we've seen the Quakes use a pinch runner this year.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 13, Blake Balcom.
So Melgarejo away from second base. Here is Balcom. Flied out to center his last time up. Hit into a fielder's choice in the fourth. Struck out swinging in the second. And Glant, the right-hander, goes to the glove. A high set. Melgarejo away from second. Here's the pitch. It is down low. And the count is 1-0 to Blake Balcom. Dustin Glant, no record in 6 games. He has saved 3 games. 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned. He has walked 1. He has struck out 9. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul off to the right and out of play. It's over our heads and out beyond the suites. 1 ball, 1 strike. So they're in the bottom of the first in Anaheim. No score. The A's failing to score in the first. A runner away from second base for the Quakes. 1 man out. The Quakes with a potential tying run at second. And now time is called. Montero's going to go out and have a word with his pitcher, Dustin Glant. It was Castellanos for the first 7 for Lancaster. Liebeck the 8th. And now Dustin Glant here in the 9th. Bob Zimmerman is warming up down the line just in case. Alan Buckley also continues to warm up in the bullpen for the Quakes. On deck, Jason Sugden. 3-2 the score. Quakes trail, top of the ninth. Now Glant to the glove. A look back at second. And he throws home. The 1-1 on the way. Inside. 2-1. Glant to the glove. Melgarejo away from second base. Here's the 2-1. Swinging a foul back to the screen, and now the count is 2-2. The outfield is playing straight away and deep. If there's any sort of a bloop that an infielder cannot run down, the chances are it's going to fall. But the outfield is bunched up to the gap against Balcom. 2-2. Here's the pitch on the way. Waved at and missed. A half swing. And now, actually, they're calling it a foul ball. Chris Schultz is ruling that it was a foul ball. And Montero is furious behind the plate, saying that he caught the ball. And here comes Gary Plummer to talk about it with Chris Schultz. Now, I believe they're calling it a foul ball. And that Montero did not hold on, and Balcom has not new life, but he stays alive at 2-2. So Plummer does not win the argument with the plate umpire, Chris Schultz. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 man out. The lights beginning to gather their effect here in the top of the 9th inning. 3-2 JetHawks. And even on that last pitch for Balcom, he tried to hold up on the swing. The 2-2 on the way. Down low. 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 man out. Glant with the ball behind his back. Now he goes to the glove. A look back at second. The 3-2 on the way. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. Balcom stays alive, and the count is full. Well, Balcom is lucky on that previous pitch with the ball in which he fouled off, and we momentarily thought was a swing and a miss. He actually did just get a piece of it and foul it off. 3-2 on the way. This time swung on and missed. Strike 3. And Balcom is out number 2.
All right, fans, we got 2 out there. I want everybody on your feet. Get on up.
Now Jason Sugden is the last chance for the Quakes. Sugden grounded to first in the second. Struck out swinging in the 5th. And flied to left in the 7th. 3-2 JetHawks. Top of the 9th inning, and Melgarejo pinch running for Polly is at second base. Sugden, a switch hitter from the left side, facing the right-hander Glant. Now Glant goes to the glove. And he throws home the first pitch. Sugden swings and fouls it off to the screen, and the count is 0-1. A crowd of 1,802 have most, at least those behind home plate, have risen to their feet. No balls, 1 strike, 2 men out. Quakes trying to come back here in the 9th. In what has been a close game the whole way. Glant throws the 0-1 on the way. Sugden swings and lifts a pop-up. Foul territory, third base side. Varela at third, back of the grass. He makes the catch in foul territory. The ball game is over, and the JetHawks even the series up at a game apiece with their win tonight. The winning run scored on a wild pitch in the bottom of the 8th inning. And the JetHawks hand the Quakes a defeat tonight by the score of 3-2. We'll be back with the totals right after this.
Chris Manson's powerful new book, Joshua Shoots, He Scores, The Greatest Call I Ever Made, is available now at joshuashoots.com.
Randy Youngman of the Orange County Register writes, Joshua Shoots, He Scores will touch anyone who reads it.
Hall of Famer Rod Carew declares, this is a little book with a lot of heart.
L.A. Kings announcer Bob Miller adds, Joshua Shoots, He Scores will leave you believing in miracles.
For more information, go to joshuashoots.com
or order by phone at 949-260-1012.
Or ask for Joshua Shoots, He Scores at bookstores everywhere.
For fans that can't make it to all 70 games, the Quakes mini plans are perfect for you. Starting as low as $600 per seat, these plans feature the most exciting games of the 2005 season. Fans who purchase a mini plan are guaranteed 2 giveaways, discounted pricing, free email newsletter, priority for July 3rd and playoff tickets, and the same seats for each game, plus the ability to exchange unused tickets for future games. To order your Quakes mini plan today, call the Quakes ticket office at 909-481-5252. Get your Quakes mini season plan today.
Here are the totals in tonight's ball game. First of all, for the Lancaster JetHawks to win it, 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors. The JetHawks stranded 6 men on base. For the Quakes, 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. They left 6 men on base. The winning pitcher tonight is Jared Liebeck in relief. He is 1-1. David Austin with his first loss of the year. He drops his record to 0-1. Dustin Glant with his 4th save of the season. Home runs in tonight's ball game for the Lancaster JetHawks. It was Danny Richar with his first of the year. A 2-run shot back in the 2nd inning. And for the Quakes, Brandon Wood hit his 7th home run of the year, a solo shot in the 6th. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 11 minutes in front of a crowd of 1,802. Now for my studio coordinator tonight, Denny Brower. This is Jason Anaforian inviting you to stay tuned next for the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Again, the final score. It is the JetHawks 3 and the Quakes 2.
Here's the pitch home. Runner breaks. Swinging a fly ball into the center field. Baker having to go on the run. Going back. He's turning, putting on the brakes, and it hits off the base of the wall.
Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball has been brought to you by Vineyard Bank, Laughlin's Convention and Visitors Bureau, Allstate Insurance, Galliano Winery, the City of Rancho Cucamonga Waste Management, Red Roof Inn, Charter Media, Chipotle, Farmer John's, Unilever Food Solutions, the Xbox, Yellow Book USA, and Omaha Jacks. KWRM 1370 is the radio home to the California League affiliate of the defending American League Western Division champion Angels. This is Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball. The Yellow Book USA postgame show is next.
Willits held up around second. Now he's being waved around third. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it's not in time. Willits slides in safely.
It's good to play together on the diamond, but it's even better to play together on your Xbox. When the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes are not on the field, you can usually find them playing Xbox, the official gaming console of the 2005 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. With several new games for the whole family, online play with Xbox Live, and a new low price of $149. What better time than now to visit your local gaming retailer and pick up your very own Xbox? Xbox now more than ever, it's good to play together.
2 AM 1370 Sports on KWRM, Corona, California.
Pressed for time? Gotta get something good for the family and real quick? Think Chipotle. For gourmet meals on the run, Chipotle Mexican Grill is famous for their huge portions. Plus, it's fresh. Fresh gourmet burritos and tacos prepared the way you like it. Nothing processed or frozen. Plus, their recipes are created by a classically trained chef. No, not that type of classical, but it will be music to your mouth when you bite into a Chipotle burrito stuffed with 17 different ingredients and marinated in their famous Chipotle adobo sauce. And for those of you who like to eat healthy, skip the tortilla and have a burrito bowl because they get fresh veggies delivered every day. Add some lettuce and homemade guacamole, and you've got a salad fiesta. Chipotle has a brand new location in Norco, or for one nearest you, visit their website at chipotle.com. Chipotle, where their burritos let you cover all 4 food groups in one single bite, and fast food that is not only healthy and fresh, but you can eat it with your hands. Chipotle, now open in Norco on Hamner between 1st and 2nd Street, or find a location nearest you at chipotle.com. That's Chipotle, CHIPOTLE.com.
3-2, 2 outs. Runner goes at first. The pitch is swung on and missed. Sturtzbach pumps his fist. The ball game is over, and the Quakes have won it.
Welcome to the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Look your information up in Yellow Book, not the other book. This is Quakes Baseball.
Well, here tonight at Clear Channel Stadium in Lancaster, we had ourselves a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel that where you had 2 good starting pitchers in Rich Thompson and John Castellanos squaring off. Both pitched well into the 7th inning, and then it turned it over to the bullpens in the later innings. And as any good pitcher's duel goes, it's going to be decided by the bullpens, and whichever one can come up stronger than the other, that's more than likely the ball club that's going to prevail in this ball game. And tonight it was no different, as the Quakes were first to get on the board against John Castellanos in the 1st inning. After a Howie Kendrick leadoff single in the 1st inning, he was singled over to third by Balazar Lopez. Before the ball game, if you were not with us, there was a roster move, a couple of roster moves. Balazar Lopez and Ryan Leahy were promoted from extended spring camp to the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes roster by the Angels organization. The Angels, in turn, have moved Devin Day to the AA roster in Arkansas and have designated to extended spring Brooks Schenkel. Those roster moves made after last night's ball game. Well, with Balazar Lopez singling on his very first pitch of his Rancho Cucamonga Quakes debut, putting runners at first and third, Bobby Wilson followed with a fly ball to right field. Kendrick, the ball was hit too shallow. Kendrick could not tag up. But then with runners at first and third and 2 outs, Matt Pauley delivered a 2-out RBI single, driving in Kendrick for the first run of the night. So the Quakes jumped out to a 1-0 lead. And then in the bottom of the second inning, the JetHawks got their offensive night going. Alex Frazier had a single to left field leading off the second after Miguel Montero flied out to left and Edgar Varela grounded out to short. On the ground out, Frazier took second. And with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, Danny Richar connected for a 2-run home run to right field to make it a 2-1 JetHawks lead. That's the way the ball game stayed as Rich Thompson pitched very well into the 7th inning, and the Quakes were trailing 2-1 for most of this ball game until the 6th inning when Brandon Wood led off with a home run to left field. It was Wood's 7th home run of the season. Wood, with RBI number 14, he has homered in 2 consecutive games. So the Quakes were tied up at 2, and on the night, John Castellanos pitched 7 innings for the JetHawks in the starting rotation, giving up just 2 runs. He walked just 1 batter. That came in the 7th, and he struck out 5 on the night. Meanwhile, Rich Thompson pitched 6 2/3 innings for the Quakes, and Thompson struck out 3. He gave up 2 runs, and he walked just 1. And that walk came in the 7th inning. It was a very quick ball game that hit the 2-hour mark by the time we were in the bottom of the 8th inning. And in the 7th inning, with Frazier leading off with a single, he was eventually forced out on a fielder's choice at second base. Actually, it was a failed bunt, a real failed sacrifice bunt by Miguel Montero, and the Quakes got the lead runner. Varela walked, and that put runners at first and second following that out recorded on the failed sacrifice attempt. And with runners at first and second, Danny Richar flied to center. Ty Boykin went to the bullpen and decided he was going to go in and get David Austin. And David Austin came in the 7th inning and got John Kaplan to bounce out to the pitcher to end the inning, and he preserved the tie. But unfortunately, Austin would not have that same success in the 8th. Eric Schindewolf in a tie ball game led off with a walk. Jeff Cook laid down a sacrifice bunt. It was picked up by Austin. He decided to go to second base to try and get the lead runner in Schindewolf, and he threw the ball off of the glove of the shortstop Wood, and it trickled out towards right center field. Both runners, who were safe at first and second on the sacrifice, got up and immediately bolted an extra 90 feet, and runners were at second and third and nobody out. Jay Garthwaite came up and lined out to Howie Kendrick at second base with the infield drawn in for the first out, and then Chris Carter was intentionally walked by Austin to load the bases. That set up Alex Frazier, and with Frazier at the plate, David Austin threw a curveball in the dirt that Wilson could not block. The ball skipped away to the Quakes' third base on deck circle. That allowed Schindewolf, the lead runner, to score from third base, and that was the lead run of the night at 3-2. The runners moved up to second and third, and Austin got Frazier to line out to short for the second out, and then Miguel Montero to pop out to short for the third out. But the damage had been done. The winning run in this ballgame scored on the wild pitch. The Quakes made a threat in the 9th after a leadoff single by Matt Pauley. He was sacrificed over to second base by Matt Brown. Then the Quakes went to the bench and brought in Rancel Melgarejo to pinch run for Matt Pauley. But Blake Balcom, after a lengthy at-bat with closer Dustin Lancaster, struck out swinging for the second out of the inning, and then Jason Sugden hit a foul pop-up to third that was caught by Varela in foul territory for the final out of the ballgame. And so the Quakes dropped this one tonight, 3-2 to the JetHawks. It's the first time the Quakes have lost to Lancaster in their head-to-head meetings so far on the season, and Game 3 of this series comes your way tomorrow. The pitching matchup we have in store for you will be right-hander Michael Simard. He'll be opposed by right-hander Chad Scarberry. That ball game starting at 2 o'clock here in Lancaster. Tomorrow we are tape delay on KWRM and on the Internet. We are tape delayed with the broadcast starting at 4 o'clock. Broadcast time tomorrow on the Internet and on KWRM 1370 is at 4 o'clock in the afternoon following the completion of the Long Beach State baseball game. So that's going to do it here tonight from Clear Channel Stadium in Lancaster. For my studio coordinator tonight, Denny Brower, a nice job as always. This is Jason Anaforian saying so long to you. Again, the final score, the Quakes drop this one tonight to the JetHawks 3-2. Good night, everybody, from Lancaster.
Here's the windup and the pitch to the plate. Swung on, hit to right field. Pretty well. Melgarejo back at the track with room. Reaches out to his left. He makes the catch. The ball game is over. And John Toledo's the man of the day.
You've been listening to the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Look your information up in Yellow Book, not the other book. KWRM 1370 is the radio home to the California League affiliate of the defending American League Western Division champion Angels. This has been Quakes Baseball.